What is up, y'all? It's your girl Tasha here, and I'm back with another video. Today I'm going to be doing a story time, and the story that I'm going to be telling you guys is the time that my mom found out about my nose and my cartilage piercing. So to give you guys just a little bit of a backstory, when I was 14 years old, I desperately wanted to get my cartilage piercing. But I already knew not even to ask my strict ass mom for permission, because I was going to get one of three answers. I was either going to get a hell no, a fuck no, or my favorite, estás pendeja kind of answer. So I then had the bright idea to just pierce my ear myself. So what I ended up doing was I ended up going to the bathroom. And I really can't remember if I bought these earrings before or if I just had some laying around in my house. But I remember I was in the bathroom for like 10 to 15 minutes trying to hype myself up, telling myself, don't be a pussy, Tasha. You got this. Just pierce your ear. Suffer the consequences later. So I finally got the balls to just pierce my ear. And I remember that it didn't hurt and it didn't bleed. So I then did 2 holes on each side of my ear. So I remember I hid the piercing pretty good for a good ass minute. And, you know, it didn't get infected and it didn't end up like irritating me or anything, and healed up just fine. So like fast forward to like when I was like 17 years old, and I remember I was at home one day and my mom and my dad and my younger brother, they were getting ready to go out of town for the weekend. And I cannot remember what I did so bad that day to piss my mom off. Like, she was pissed off. Like, and she was just yelling at me back and forth, saying all these crazy things. And I remember right before they were leaving, she called me and my brother into the living room, and she was all like, if y'all are not going, y'all need to stay y'all asses inside this house. And I don't want to find out anyone was in this house. I better not find out that y'all let your brothers or your sister or your friends come over or anything like that. And when I tell you guys, my mom did not play. She did not play. So me and my brother were just looking at each other and we're like, okay, mom, like, we're going to stay at home. Don't worry. Like, we're not going to have nobody in the house. It's not going to be a thing. And mind you, I'm 17 years old. I'm in the back of my mind. I'm like, she's about to be gone for the weekend. Like, how is she even going to know that if we let people come over, or if we left and did our own thing and had our own plans, you know? So they ended up leaving or whatever. And I remember I called one of my good friends, Andrea. Shout out to you, girl. And I remember I called her and I was all like, hey, girl, I just wanted to know, could I come over? Like, my mom is gone for the weekend. I can do whatever I want. Like, you know, let me come over. And she's like, yeah, girl, come on over. Like, I'm not doing anything. Like, just come through. And I can't remember how I got there, if I found a ride or if I got on the MARTA bus. But all I know is I just got to her house. And when I got there, I was still kind of upset, you know, because me and my mom were arguing that whole freaking day before she left. And when I was telling my friend the story about what happened between me and my mom, she was in the mirror getting ready to give herself a piercing. And she already had like one side of her lip pierced, but she wanted to get like the snake bites. So I remember I told her the story about what happened, and she was done giving herself that piercing. And I remember I made the comment in a jokingly way, and I was like, I should give my mom a real reason to be mad at me, and why don't you just pierce my nose? And when I tell you guys, with no hesitation, my friend was like, okay, I'll pierce your nose. Come on, lay down. Let me do it right now. And y'all, when I tell you, like, I was just like, goddamn, like, I didn't expect her like to be down to pierce my nose, because this was the first time she was even giving herself a piercing. So I was all like, fuck it. Like, you already asked her. She's down. Like, let me just lay on this bed and let her pierce my nose. So I remember I let her pierce my nose, and I don't think it bled, and I don't remember it hurting at all. And I think like later on that day, like we ended up going to like a beauty supply store, and I bought me like some studs to like put in my nose or whatever. But on top of that, I also bought me like the clear nose ring. And I bought that one for two reasons. The main reason was because I was trying to hide the piercing from my mom. And the second reason was, at the time I had a job and I knew that my job did not allow facial piercings. So I was all like, oh, this earring's gonna be perfect. Like I can hide it from my mom and I can wear it at work without them saying anything about taking my nose ring out. So I remember like maybe it was like 2 to 3 weeks that I had the nose ring. And I was at work one day and my mom called me. And she was all like, hey, I just wanted to let you know that I'm going to be picking you and your brothers up today. Y'all don't have to walk home. And she said that because we were like, she was going to come take us to go see my sister at the hospital because my sister had just had her baby. And that also my cousin Lorena was coming to my job so that way she could ride with us to the hospital. So I was like, okay, you know, we'll just wait for you here and we won't go home walking. So I remember my cousin ends up showing up to my job, and it's been a minute that I hadn't seen her. So me and her were talking, catching up, you know, doing the normal. And like 10 to 15 minutes go by and my mom finally shows up to my job. And so they call me and my brother's name over the intercom at my job to let us know that she was there. And so I started gathering all of my things. And me and my cousin start walking towards the front of the building because we were getting ready, like, you know, to meet up with my mom. And I remember that I saw my mom standing like right in front of like the little computer where me and my brother had a clock out at. And me and my cousin were still talking. So I remember I went to clock out and my mom was standing to my right side and my cousin was still standing to my left. And me and her were talking. And out of nowhere, y'all, my mom let off this big like type of gasp. And she's like, Tacha, ¿qué es eso en tu pinche nariz? And y'all, when she said that, my heart fell into my stomach like so fucking quick. And in the same damn sentence, y'all, she goes, y no me digas que también tienes los pinches oídos. And I was like, fuck. Like in my head, I was like yelling at myself, like, how stupid are you? Like, she just called you and told you she was coming to pick you up. And mind you guys, whenever I would like get off of work and I knew my mom was going to be at home or anything like that, I would take my nose ring out and I would switch it out for the clear, you know, the clear nose stud. And my ears, I would just take those piercings out because I did those when I was 14. So they were already healed. Those holes weren't going nowhere. They were permanent. And so I'm like sitting there like in my head still like, damn, Tasha, you're so dumb. Like, why the hell you didn't just switch these piercings out before your mom came? Like, what the hell? And I remember that as soon as I clocked out, like I bolted for the door. Like I ran out that door so quick because my mom did not give two flying fucks. If she was in public, if she was in front of your friends, if she was in front of teachers, like anything. If you did something to piss off my mom at that moment, she was going to let you have it. So I ran out the door because I did not want her to make a scene while I was at work or in front of everybody. So I ran out the door. I'm standing outside and my mom is literally right behind me, and so is my cousin. And y'all, when I tell you my mom started cussing me out from left to right, saying, oh, you must think you're grown. You must think you're going to do whatever the hell you want to do. She's like, but sabes que, mamacita, when you live in my house, you're going to do what I say. You're going to go by my rules. And if you don't like it, ahí está la pinche puerta. And y'all, every time my mom would say that, I knew, yeah, Tasha, you done pissed her off today. Like, you done pissed her off so bad that she's like, damn near kicking you out the house. Like, and so I was just like trying to like hold all of my emotions in, because like, y'all, when I tell y'all I was crying, I was crying. Like, I was crying like as if I just lost my best friend, like, you know. And so finally my brothers came out of like the building, and they were looking at each other like, what the hell is going on? Like, what did you do, Tasha? Like, and she's like, ¿Sabes qué? Get your ass in the car and let's go. Like, we're already running late and no sé qué. Like, and I was like, fuck. Like, I know she's going to continue to keep yelling at me when I get in this car, and she's going to keep going off. So I get in the car, and like I said, the entire way to the hospital, y'all, she was like cussing me out. She was saying that you're not grown. You're going to do what I say and everything. And at the same time, guys, I'm still in the backseat crying. Like, I'm still in the backseat crying my eyes out, like crying as if she done whoop my ass or something. Then she goes out of nowhere, and where did you get those piercings done at? And who did them? And in the same time, I'm in the backseat crying my eyes out. I'm trying to think of an excuse to give her, like, because I already knew I am not about to tell her that my friend Andrea gave me these piercings. Because back in the day, y'all, my mom rarely liked any of my friends. And the few that she did like, I was like, psh, I'm not about to tell her that my friend did this. Like, if I tell her that my friend did this, that was a wrap. Like, she wasn't going to let me hang out with her no more. She was going to tell me that she can't come to the house no more. Like, so out of nowhere, I'm just like thinking like, okay, what do I say? What do I say? And she's like, ¿Qué no me oyes hablándote? And I'm like, yeah, I do. I hear you. Like, I did them myself, Mom. Like, what do you want me to say? And she's all like, no seas una pinche mentirosa. Ni te sabes cómo lavar el pinche culo. ¿Cómo te vas a hacer eso? And I'm just looking at her like, I did it myself, Mom. Like, I'm not lying. I did it myself. And I'm all like, well, technically, I didn't lie, because I did pierce my cartilages myself. I just didn't pierce my nose. So we finally get to the hospital, and I'm still crying, and we get out the car, and she's all like, and I need you to hurry up and wipe your face, because when we get into this hospital, I don't need people asking me, oh, ¿qué tiene Tacha? Why is she crying? Blah, blah, blah. And so we already knew there was going to be like several people at the hospital, because on top of like my sister having her baby, it was also her birthday the next day. So we had brought her like cake and balloons, and my mom and them snuck her some alcohol into the hospital, you know. So we start walking into the hospital, and I'm trying to like collect myself and calm myself down. And mind you guys, I've been crying the entire way there. So like usually when I cry that hard, like I get little red, like little marks all over my forehead, and like my eyes will start to get really puffy, and my eyes will turn this bright ass green. So my mom walks into the room, and I'm right behind her. And my sister, Leah, she's sitting there, and she sees me, and she's like, oh, Tasha, come look at the baby. And like when I walk over there, she notices that I've been crying, because like me and my sister, Leah, we're like this. So anytime I would cry, or anytime I would have like any issues with my mom, my sister, Leah, I was always running to her, telling her everything. And I was all like, oh, nothing, you know, I was just crying because I was so happy that I was going to come see the baby. Trying to play it off like nothing happened or whatever. And she's all like, no, Tasha, like, I know something's wrong. Like, what happened? Like, tell me. And she like starts rubbing my back and stuff. And y'all, I'm the type of person, like, I'm really emotional. So like, if I've already been crying and you come and like try to hug me or console me, for some apparent reason, it just makes me cry even more. And when she started rubbing my back, I remember that I started crying even more. And I was just like, nothing, Leah, like, it's okay. Like, I'll just tell you later, trying to like tell it to her all like in a whisper or whatever. And my mom was like, yeah, she'll tell you later, Leah, like, leave her alone. And I'm all like, damn, like, you know, like everyone now is like staring at me. Like my face looks so red. Like I just look a hot ass mess. So I remember after we left the hospital, whatever, my mom was pretty mad still. Like she didn't talk to me the whole way home. Like even when we got back to the house, like she still didn't talk to me. And I want to say maybe like 3 to 4 days go by and she was still pretty mad. And we went to a restaurant, and when we were at the restaurant, like, you know, I didn't have any of the piercings in because I already knew, like, okay, she told me to take them out. Like, I'm not gonna, you know, have this big old argument with her again. And we were at the restaurant, and I remember she kind of looked over at me and was all like, te quiero preguntar algo. And I was all like, yeah, mom. And she's all like, what made you want to pierce your nose? And I was like, I don't know, mom. I was like, I really just wanted the piercing, and I just, you know, I did it myself, and, you know, not thinking about it, I just pierced that and pierced my ears. And she was all like, well, you know, I really don't like the way you did that. That was very disrespectful. Like, you be doing things that you know you're not supposed to be doing, and you didn't ask for permission to get any of those piercings done. And she's like, pero sabes que, you know, I'm not gonna sit here and be mad with you the whole time. Yo una vez era joven. So, nada más por esta vez, I'm gonna let you decide to keep one of those sets of piercings. And I don't know if my mom thought that because I pierced each side of my ear, and there was like 4 on, like 2 on each side, that I was going to choose my ears. And I was like quick in a hurry. I said, okay, I want to keep my nose. And she's all like, why do you want to keep ese pinche moco? And my mom started calling my nose ring a fucking moco. And I was all like, mom, it's not a moco. Like, I just think it's really cute. It's a cute little stud. Like, it's not going to bother nobody. And she was like, okay, like, you know, just keep that ugly moco in your nose if you want. Like, but next time, like, I don't need you doing things behind my back. I'd rather you always come and ask me instead of doing it, like, behind my back, or me find out later that you have something done. And I was like, okay, mom, like, I understand, like, you know, it will never happen again. I would think that that incident would have taught my ass a lesson to never go behind my mom's back again and not ask her for permission. But obviously that didn't. Like, I ended up getting another piercing, but that's another story for another day. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video today. Please make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and push that post notification bell so you guys can be alerted anytime I drop a new video. Till next time, guys. Peace.